We're live.
Yeah, we're live, man.
Welcome to the Movember special. Before we get started, just a quick reminder that on the 24th we have got a Movember class and raffle to raise awareness and also some money from your kind donations for Movember. Hence why we're rocking these awful tatters. Good. Well, some people say awful. Some would say very handsome. Shut up.
Okay, moving on to start again. Okay, moving on to today's video. We have intensity versus frequency for fat loss.
At Gym 66, we work with the general population, most of which come into our gym and want to lose fat. If you're an athlete or you're striving for performance, then what we are saying here will not apply to you.
We're going to give you two different examples from two different people. First of all, we're going to look at the intensity person. So the intensity person will train 2 times a week, and in those sessions, he or she is going to go hard as fuck, okay? Leaving it all on the floor, nothing left, balls to walls, absolutely smashing it.
We've done their session, as Jack said, gone hard as fuck, they've gone home, they're in a bad way. Because of that, they're gonna binge. 1 or 2 reasons. 1, because they just feel like shit and you get home and you're raiding the fridge, you're eating anything you can get your hands on. And 2, because they've gone so hard, they feel like they deserve it. This will take them into a calorie surplus. It is a lot easier to eat your calories like that than it is to go and burn them in a session. So yes, you've trained a bit harder than normal, but when you start raiding the fridge and the cupboards for those chocolate bars, you're quickly going to get into a surplus.
Moving on to the next point, your NEAT is going to be decreased. Okay, so we're coming across NEAT quite a lot now. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, so that's everything you do outside of the gym. If you have completely written yourself off in a session,
body bag, we call it.
Yeah, body bag. If you've completely written yourself off in a session, on your rest days, you are going to want to do absolutely nothing. So you're going to sit down, not move, you'll sit on the sofa, you'll sit down and work, you won't be getting on your feet, you won't be going for a walk, you will have so much DOMS, you will not be able to move.
So Mr. Intensity or Mrs. Intensity, yes, they're going hard when they're in the gym, but they're not getting in enough. They're not consistent with their training, and as we've explained, what they do outside the gym is not optimal either.
Okay guys, now we have Mr. Frequency. The cruiser. Okay, he or she will be training 4 or 5 times a week at 75% effort. Okay, so it's still a reasonable output. Okay, you're still getting a good session, but you're not taking yourself over that line where you're completely fucked.
They're probably going to leave the gym feeling good. That good feeling is going to motivate them to continue and stay on track with their diet as well when they get home. They're also not going to be searching for carbs in the cupboards like your chocolate bars, fast carbs, because they're not going to be completely depleted and in a mess. So a combination of their sessions and their controlled eating habits when they get home after a session is going to lead to a calorie deficit.
In contrast to Mr. Intensity, you will be able to keep your NEAT up because you are not battered from your sessions. Yeah, nice one, G. Bella. In contrast to Mr. Intensity, you will be able to keep your NEAT up because you won't be battered from all your sessions. Your DOMS won't be high, you're not going to be sore. You will be able to keep moving around, be active, going on walks, etc.
So to summarise, Mr. or Mrs. Frequency, they're hitting the gym 4 or 5 times a week, they're controlling their eating, they're constantly moving, they are consistently working towards their goal, which is fat loss.
Right guys, we're going to break this down even further by numbers. 2 times a week, going really hard, hour sessions. You're typically only really going to burn about 500 calories. Okay, so 2 of those, you've got 1,000 calories. Okay, compared to Mr. Frequency, 4 to 5 sessions, going at an easier pace, say 300 calories a session. So 5 times a week, you've got 1,500 calories. So as you can see, twice a week going hard as fuck, 1,000 calories, 4 or 5 sessions a week, 75%, 1,500. So there's a 500 calorie difference on top of that.
Yes, good word. Good connective phrase that. On top of that 500 calorie difference, what really matters are these 2 bullet points on each person. Because of the way they're training, this draw misses frequency is able to control the diet and keep their NEAT up, which is going to further contribute to burning more calories throughout the week. Whereas this person, once they've done their session, they sit on the sofa, start piling in food, and if anything, are going to start to diminish that calorie deficit or the calories that they're training to burn. So yes, the training you do is important, but what you do outside the gym, which is impacted as a result of what you do in the gym, is equally, if not more important. People need to get out of the mindset of thinking they can come into the gym, hammer a session, hour and a half, 2 hours, and that just takes care of their training goal for the week. There is no quick fix or secret workout you can come in and do. You have to get in the gym, you have to put in the workout. You have to get in the gym, you have to put in the work frequently.
So the moral of the story, guys, is to be consistent with what you're doing. Mr. Frequency over here can stay consistent through his workouts, his eating, and keep his needs up. Over here, smashing yourself 2 times a week is not sustainable, and therefore it is not consistent.